Okay, welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas Painting Challenge. You guys have been really liking the watercolor ones more, it seems like, than the acrylic ones. So we're going to do another watercolor tonight. It's another one from my Procreate that I designed myself. This was done probably one of my first ones that I did in Procreate, like many moons ago, and I'm going to use it tonight, and it kind of looks watercolorish now. So I also will put a picture of it better. Hopefully I remember or figure it out. I'm having trouble with my while we sketch it on here, I'm having trouble with my iMovies. I don't know if there's other creators out there that also are creating on YouTube, that I don't know what to use, because my gnome video that I've been trying to upload, it's too long, or taking up too much memory. Sorry, we'll draw in. I'll probably adjust this, but we're drawing in just a kind of tree here, and yeah, so anyway, I'm not sure what to do. I've been messing around with that all afternoon, and I said, well, I can't mess around with that anymore. I got to get filming here. And if you wanted to do another layer, that's fine. There's some birch trees over here. So anyway, the gnome one will be coming out. This one might come out before that one. If I figure out the gnomes, then that'll come out. I gotta figure out a community where we can share these creations, because I've had some of you sharing some stuff, and there's some pretty talented artists out there. So that would be kind of fun, I think. This isn't like perspective, you know, and then there's going to be a tree here, but I want this one to be not the same style as this one, different. All right, and then there's another, this style. And then I think there's a branch here. Something like that. And then I'm going to draw the snowman over here. He's got a top hat. And yes, I do hold my pencil way back, because I like the, you know, when it's out of control, basically. I might make a fun mark. So I tend to draw like that. And I like the looseness of drawing like that. I'm going to put a bird here on his brim of his hat. Something like that. And obviously this is not the, you know, same as this, the snowman. I don't know that it measures the same, but that's okay. Just adding, it's just a reference. It's not anything that we have to do it exact. And then there's like some little woodland animals that I did down here in the snow. We'll do a rabbit. I will erase this because I'm not happy with that. There, that's cute. And a little squirrel. He's down here on the corner, but I think I'm going to put my more trees down here, so we'll move him more up here. And I want a deer, and there's a deer right here too. And it's okay if I draw over this. This is the white part of the deer, you know, on their bellies. It's a little fat. That's better. That's better. And then his little dots. I'm not going to put a ton, just to remind me to put some in. And then, and his little feet are in the snow. like that. Okay, and let's do the little squirrel. There, something like that. And then let's see, I like these little trees. I like the style tree is really cute. I might do all of them that style because I like that style. Very cartoonish. All right. Let's do this one bigger. These skinnier sections is the snow. There we go. And then let's see, a couple more over here. And then I might do like we did on the, oh, you guys didn't see the gnomes, but we did faded like blue trees in the background. So greens, light greens and blues, but I'll do 2 more trees like that here. And then this one I'm gonna do, look like little Hershey Kisses kind of, right? There we go. There we go. I want to get the paints out. All right, let's get the sky in there. I'll use this brush tonight. It holds a lot of water. I think it was a basting brush, you know, that you cook with. Wet the paper. And I do this because I want it to be soft. You know, the color to fade and be pretty soft. So let's get into a blue color. Maybe I should have gotten a bigger brush too. I just want it really light. Let's see if I have a bigger watercolor brush. Well, I don't have watercolor brushes. I use my acrylics and my watercolor. This is a mop brush, so that's probably more of a watercolor brush. I didn't tape down the paper tonight because, well, I generally don't. This is just the cerulean blue there that we chose that we were going to use for our blue. Just touching it in there. It's going to dry pretty light. These are going to be birch trees, so obviously I don't want the blue color to be in those, so I just took a what we call a thirsty brush and got out all of the water and just sucking up that color. I mean, a little bit of blue is, you know, a tint of it is fine because they'll probably be reflecting some of that on their bark, maybe? I don't know. If they are, then that's what I'll say. I gotta wait for this to calm down a little bit. So I decided to tape it down because it kept buckling. And the blue is now dried, and you can see some white spots, which feel like clouds to me. I think we might go in again. I didn't wet my paints. Oh. I forget to wake them up. It's okay. They don't take long. So I'm going to go in here and darken that up, and in here and in between the birch tree. Those are going to be birch trees, in case I didn't say that before. I'm going to go back in with my mop. I don't know what size this is because this is old. These were given to me, some of these watercolor brushes. I don't use them a lot, but I do like to use them for wetting the paper down and making skies and soft backgrounds. It's a Sealy's China mop. They were made in the US. I don't even know if that brand is still available. So go ahead and wet that. I should show you how I do it because I have had people say that they think that they're getting their brushes too wet. So I do give it a little bit of a squeeze, just a nice damp brush. There we go. Pick up some color. And that's okay if this is a little darker than it was the first time we put it on, because you can take a damp brush with no color on it, and I'll show you right here. So I'll go into the water, squeeze out the brush so it's nice and damp, and we can move that around and make it lighter with just some good clean water. There. That might be a little dark still, so let's see if we can. There we go. That's perfect. I probably got some color on the end of that brush. Move it over here. It's all about just trying to find ways that you're comfortable controlling the water. It's not so much the paint, it's the water. All right. I'm not happy with that in there, so I'm going to take my round brush, clean that up. Just a clean water. we did before. Yeah, that's better. Okay, this is all wet up here, so let's work down here. I'm not going to, well, I guess I'm going to wet this a little bit. Wet our deer. Let's do that. Let's wet him. Go into, not the dark gray. I'm going to go into that like raw or ripe, I should say ripe sienna. I'm not going to worry about the spots. I'll add those in. I'm wondering if I should line this after. Maybe. Go into a little bit of the, I don't know what the darker color is now. I didn't draw his ear on this side. So we'll do it now with just the paint. I'll make it an indication of an ear. I'm sure it's going to bleed. That's okay. I'll use some of that dark color on the squirrel's tail. If you don't have the same colors or you didn't want to work in the same colors, that's fine. Just use some sort of brown color that you have. Perfectly fine. I think he should be gray, even though rabbits typically are white in the winter. I mean, it's going to be boring. So let's do him gray. Let's see, I have a little pink here somewhere. I did end up, while I was taping this down, shortened up the carrot, and I fixed the shape of his face. Well, obviously because I had to fix the carrot, but I think I did a smaller carrot. And let's see. some blue. I did a little gray in it this time with creating the shadows underneath the deer and the trees. Just feathering out the harsh line. There we go. Let's see. I wonder if we can do his hat. Do I have black out here? I don't think I have black. All right, a little bit of black. I do wipe after dipping my brush in the water, I do wipe it off, generally. I just did. I think I need to get some new brushes. The tip on this is getting pretty worn out. That was the paint, the container falling down. I had a feeling it was going to. I'm going to do either a red or, well, I did end up putting some holly, so that's going to be red. We'll put black in here. And that, I think the rim can be gray because the light's hitting it, so. There you go. I just used that ripe sienna, but I had drawn it in an orange color, so it mixed with that, so it made it quite orange actually, so that's good too. Just putting in some shadows with a very diluted gray color. All right, let's see what do we got for green? I don't have to have the same exact green. I like to vary my green colors. creates interest. Let's that's good in teal. Yep, that's really interesting. All right. I'll be interested to see how that dries. And I might come in and right underneath and come in with like a very dark green color or a mix. Let's try that. That's, I think, dry over here. Oops, maybe not. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. These are like blue spruce, right? There we go. Yep, blue spruce. That's what these are. They really do have a teal green to them. They're really pretty. I love blue spruce. Probably my favorite. And I only did that because that is going to be snow and I needed to have, we'll probably make that darker, but I needed to be green against the snow. All right. I think we can do his hat, or do we, that's still wet. Let's put a red ribbon. I'm gonna do black. Do you want to do red buttons or green buttons? I don't have much red left. That's a little odd shape, so I'll show you what I'm going to do. Clean brush with just clean water. Here, it's like an eraser. I'm going to, actually when it dries, I think I'll come in with a nice fine pen and make like buttonholes. So that'll be good. And then, we didn't do the inside of the bunny's ear with some pink. Oh, we gotta paint the, I gotta put more red out. Cardinal. No, I don't like it when it does that. This is, I was using rose. This is primary red. Let's see if I can make a cardinal shape. That's cardinal shaped, right? With my pointless let's see. Let's put some, you know how birch trees have you know, black dots. And their limbs are black. It's okay if it's wiggly. Stems aren't straight, trees aren't straight. Looks more organic that way. Broken lines are great. Gives it that sketchy feel. All right. Let's see. White. Just using gesso again. This painting went quicker than I thought. Well, I was hoping it was going to be pretty quick, but... All right. I don't paint in the lines either. Those are just a suggestion. You can see this. Oh, there's some blue in there. Great. I want to put dots in there. Let's see if I can. The whites of her eyes. Or his eyes. I don't know. Was I calling it a boy? I think I was. And then I think, oh, I gotta do white here. Let's see. Oh, his little poofy tail. I think that we're gonna come in with some shadows on the. I think we said that, right? Black. Let's see if I can do a little black and green, maybe. That's good and dark. It's gonna dry a lot lighter, but I think this is a good shadow. I don't know. I think I had said that I was gonna come in with let's see how that dries. Green there in the holly. Let's see. How's that look? You think we should come in and maybe do a few outlines. Let's see, where'd my pen go? That's okay, I got a whole bunch of them. I'll use this one. Let's see. I think line some of the tree. I hope I didn't get my hand in the paint. Probably I did. White birch are always bendy. They're such a weak tree. There you can see them better. Let's add some lines. Light branches. Just another layer. That's cute too. Oh, he looks like he has eyes. There. That was a lot of fun to do, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Next time, I think that we'll be doing, hopefully, an acrylic. We've done a few watercolors. And in the meantime, you try this out, and you stay messy, playful, and wild, and I will see you tomorrow in the studio.